Hello everybody, Natalia here with you, and we are going to create today something very yummy. Yes, this is gonna be my first video, and we're gonna create homemade chocolates, which is peanut butter lovers will love this recipe. It's very simple. It's peanut butter balls covered in chocolates. And then I already have prepared for you another couple of recipes, so we're gonna start with the simple one ever. And by this, for disclaimer, I'm just gonna say that I'm just no way any professional chef, cook, whatever, cake maker. No, I do what I do, and usually it's from my heart. I like to share my recipe that I really like, and that's what it's gonna be. Some recipe will have no recipe with no recipe, if that's make you sense. We're just gonna add stuff, combine them together, and as it is. So now if we clear, let's start create our chocolates. And make sure your hands are clean, or you use your gloves if you wish. My hands is clean. I don't like work with gloves, especially if I create chocolates from my family. That would be fine. If you create chocolates for somebody, then you might want to use some gloves to make the more clean as possible. So I already cleaned my table, all dishes is clean, and we're gonna start. And guys, I am not gonna write down recipe on the bottom and description. And reason why, because I want you to stick around longer because I know that people will just grab recipe and run, and I want you to stay with me and watch my video. We will chat and have some fun, and that's how I work. So our first ingredients, and this is very simple recipe. You can find at the store any peanut butter you wish, whatever is your favorite. My family love extra creamy peanut butter, so I already have here 1 cup of peanut butter. So we gonna dump this all ingredient in my mixing bowl, and hopefully I grab big enough bowl actually to mix. I hope it is. If not, we're just gonna change it and make it more dishes dirty. Why not, right? Because that's what we like. Okay. I need to figure out yet best position for the camera, but I think you will see this way. I purposely kind of put my camera inside of the bowl so you can see all the process, whatever I'm gonna do. So on this channel, this is brand new. No, it's not brand new channel, guys. I think that's where I'm gonna post my channel on a very abandoned, this video on a very abandoned channel for years. So I think I'm gonna say sorry to this channel, and that's where my recipes will go. So here is how easy to remember your recipe. If you have 1 cup of peanut butter, then you will need double it, so 2 cups of sugar powder. Now I do not recommend to have sugar granulated, because then you will feel those crunchy bits under your teeth, and I cannot stand that. And by the way, my little girl and I, we do not like peanut butter candy. So this is for my boys. My son and my husband love peanut butter. So we created this first recipe for my husband and my son. Now, first we're gonna do the butters together. Now I have here, actually, usually in all recipes like bacon, they always calling for unsalted butter, but accidentally I defrosted salty butter. So for that reason, I'm gonna discard my salt that I have. We're not gonna add salt today because we have a salted butter. But for the recipe call, you don't need a salted butter. Always use unsalted, and then if you use unsalted butter, you use 1/8. Let's see if we can get the focus. 1/8 teaspoon salt with non-salted butter. But because we have a salted butter, we're not gonna add salt. So first I mix my butters together first, and I hold it on a counter actually overnight. I just pull out overnight so the butter as soft as can be, because it was sitting on my freezer before that. So we're just gonna scrape everything in here. Okay, and now we're gonna smash this all together. We're gonna combine our two butters. And sorry about that, as always I forgot to mute my phone and I got called distracting my video. Oh well, I think you will forgive me because you know me very well already. If you are here from my craft channel, I know we've been friends already for 2 years, almost 2 years. And if you are new to me, please subscribe and we're gonna be new friends, because I have too many channels to share. So whatever you like, I think I have it. I have lots of channels. Okay guys, we are mixing till it's all one consistency, and of course butter will mix all together very quick. So now we're gonna add some sugar powder on the end, but first also I'm gonna add, I like a little bit vanilla, and vanilla of course is my favorite. So I will add pure vanilla extract. We're gonna add, let's see, we're gonna add teaspoon. Let me just grab my spoon. There you go. One teaspoon. If you don't like vanilla, you can add whatever you like. Maybe you like almond butter. Anything you like. Okay. And we're just gonna combine, because now it's all gonna mix nicely, as butter is really soft. And I just love the smell of vanilla. It makes it all better. Vanilla makes everything better. Vanilla and coconut, I think it's two of my favorite flavors. Now look how nice and creamy this look like. So now we're gonna add 2 cups of sugar powder. Now it looks maybe like it's more because I did sift it. So it's, make sure it's nice and smooth, and we're gonna add a little bit at the time. So depends on your peanut butter. It could take a little bit more if you wish of sugar powder, but that's what the recipe call 1 to 2. 1 peanut butter, 2 cups of powdered sugar. So we're just gonna mix it slowly without making a mess with powder. You can use mixer, doesn't matter, but this is such an easy recipe and such an easy mix together that really you don't need to make dirty more dishes than just a bowl and mixing spatula. I like the silicone spatula. It's easy to clean. It's very sturdy. It's not like bendable one. This is really sturdy. I got this actually in a CNE in Toronto when we went last summer in CNE, and there was a quiz up there chef will stay in and give a questions. Then you answer questions, and then you win little prize. So it was like a spatulas and some brushes for the kitchen stuff. So my kids decided to play the game and brought mama new tools. How awesome. I love my kids. Okay. As you can see, it's getting thicker. But butter is a butter. When it's soft, it will be soft. It will be looks very sticky. So after we mix all together, we're gonna put this mixture into the fridge to cool down. Not cool down, it's not warm, but to get the butter stiff, because we need to create balls with this butter. And I'm not gonna speed up my process video. This is all, you know, all the process you can see and listen to me talk. But if you wanna speed up for yourself process of mixing me, it's getting tough, but still it's very easy to mix. You can use mixer if you don't have a strong hands. Maybe you have a, you know, arthritis. That's okay to mix. The sugar not gonna melt too fast, and it's actually not a big deal if you use a mixer. But I find myself that mixing it with the spatula, it's same as good as mixer. Maybe take a little longer, but it give me less dishes to wash. That's what I'm going for. And this is a very friendly cooking channel. Of course, if you're dealing with food, make sure your hair pull back. If you have a cooking cup for your hair, use it. My hair right now tight in a pony on the back, so it's nothing will be accidentally drop into my dish. So we mix all our ingredients, and it smells good. You know, 1 or 2 candy I can handle it with peanut butter. I don't mind. My little girl absolutely hate it. Boys love it. So some of my guests will love it too. I know a few people who love peanut butter. Okay, so we mix all this goodness together. Now we're gonna cover this and put in the fridge. I'm gonna use my clear sheet, and we're gonna cover our bowl tight, and we're gonna put in the fridge. Well, depends depends how cold your fridge. Put maybe, you know, half an hour to 1 hour, doesn't matter. Just if it's cool down butter, so it's not as sticky will be to your fingers if you create an, you know, candy with your hands. So half an hour try. If it's not enough, keep in the fridge a little bit longer. And maybe when you put this on the top shelf of your fridge close to the freezer, they will cool down quicker. And I'm sorry for the reflection up there. You can see my shadow up there. All right, I will be right back when we get this thing cool down. Here is our next step, guys. So I just pull out my prepared peanut butter dough from my fridge. It was staying maybe 40 minutes. It's not very hard. It could stay longer. Like when you can see from the sides of the bowl, it's much harder than the middle, it's softer. So I'm just gonna show you what I gonna do from picking it from harder side. and then I'm gonna stick back in the fridge a little bit to harden all the way. So here's what we do. I have here my glass, anything flat surface will do for you, and we're gonna cover with the, well, this one is, and I have a peanut butter here, this is parchment paper, but will be better if you would have, just checking my phone off, will be better if you would have wax paper, because wax paper, it's more stick free, I would say. It's more greasy paper. So here's, I have in here my double boiler. So I got this piece in Michael's, in one of my, like, you can see the spot left from water boil all the time. So you put water in here just on the very bottom, enough that the other pot not gonna touch water. And here's how it stays little ridges in here, that it's not gonna dip into the water. So this is specifically for the chocolate melting. And I already put here chocolates that we gonna melt. But first, of course, we are gonna create, and let me move to the side a little bit. So what I do, very simple. If it's very sticky, you can use sugar powder as the flour for your hand, but we don't want extra sugar to melt later in the chocolate. So obviously I have in here teaspoon. I just grab a little bit, this may be a little bit too much, teaspoon, and I put on my pot on the middle, and I just roll it without any pressure, as circle as possible, like as round as possible. And I will put on my paper in here. Now, because we using our hands for this, the butter immediately will kind of melt and warm up again. So the thing is to do, and as you can see, they are different size, because I like to chat too much, and it depends, you can do smaller, bigger, doesn't matter, it's all go to my family, so I'm not really concerned about sizes. So we just roll, and we're gonna put them back in the fridge. You can even put them in a freezer, but the freezer will kind of cool down our melted chocolate later. So usually I roll them all the way, as many as I can fit on my tray in here. I will put in the fridge again to cool them down, and by the time I know it's already cool, I will go and melt my chocolates into the stove. And when it's already all melted, we are gonna do our next step. So I will see you when I get to that point. Our chocolate is almost melted, just a little bit left, so we're just gonna wait another maybe minute or so, and we are ready to do some fun part. Alright, let's go. We have to do this fast before our peanut butter will melt in our hot chocolate. I of course will use my hands. I'm just gonna drop it here and quickly turn like this and get my cup ready and put into my cup, and then I place in here. We can use, actually, let's try how work this fork, because I never used this one yet. Let's see if it's better. We're gonna, with this we can stop like this, so we don't have to use our hands at all. Even just gonna dip it. But the only thing I worry, if it's gonna be easy to get this out of here. So we will need like a toothpick or something. Oh no, it came out with little holes, but we can hide them like this. It's actually pretty. Okay, and we're gonna continue. But you have to do really fast, and I will actually use the other one, because with forks it's gonna take me a little longer to wait till it's come out of the thing. Excess of the peanut butter, you can flip it like this, and there. Looks like melting fast. I did not cool down maybe them enough. Better not to shake actually, because the peanut butter is melting and your tool go right inside. I would say just put your peanut butter balls right inside of the freezer for half an hour, or you don't even need a half an hour. It would be much faster and will not melt fast enough in a chocolate, but you probably will have a more often to reheat your chocolate, as chocolate from cold peanut butter will cool down faster. Okay, and I hope we on camera. Okay, this one fell on table, which table is really clean right now. I make sure I wash my hands before I start. I wash my table. Everything have to be clean. And if you are making chocolates for somebody, not just for yourself, I would really suggest to work with gloves, so you do not touch any of this goodness with your hands, because that would be nicer, you know what I mean. And this is way nothing to be a professional channel of professional candy strict, like, you know, this is not the channel where you will have like robotic introduction to the candy and stuff like that. No, not at all. I like to chat. Sometimes I can tell you some stories. Who knows what I end up talking about while we're making some goodies. And that's what I am about. I like to have fun. I like to have friends. So this is pretty much very friendly channel. I'm person who very happy and talk, not just strictly about product that I'm working on it, but also I can talk about anything else. So feel free and be my guest in here. Alright, I think I'm gonna go reheat my chocolates a little bit more because it's getting thicker. Usually I do this by the stove, so it's always water simmering on the bottom. Water doesn't have to boil, just a slightly simmer. That way your chocolate will be always more liquidy, and it's easier to work. But because we are on camera right now, so this is in my dining table because it's more room for me. And I will show you one more way what you can do with this candy to make them look more professional and like a store-bought. Okay, I will be right back. Here's another thing what you can do so your candy looks like store-bought Reese's. And I have here form shaped like this. This is really old one, and this is a newer one that came actually with this kit. And what I did, I put a little bit of melted chocolate on the bottom on each section, and I put in the freezer to freeze. Then I put a little tiny bowl of peanut butter. I created a little tiny bowl, then make it flat and put on the top of the frozen chocolate, because if you don't freeze chocolate, it will seep through the chocolate. Peanut butter kind of gonna melt and find a way to escape. So now it's again, I put in the freezer to make my peanut butter nice and hard, and we just gonna fill in the spots. I'm gonna use teaspoon, and we're just gonna pour on the top to cover our peanut butter. Okay. This is really fast. Well, if you think it's kind of time consuming to prepare, probably, and it's even longer to video, but it's not hard at all. Okay. And now, since we already pour our chocolate, you kind of create, as you can see, it's like not even surface. I'm just gonna make sure I have evenly, because the peanut butter is cold, so the chocolate's harden faster. And usually what I do, I just kind of like tap on a table, so it's the chocolate spread it out. This is hot. Chocolate spread it out, and then you can see if you want to add a little bit chocolate somewhere where it's not even. Okay, like that. So this chocolate's already frozen, and actually let me put this in the freezer first to cool down, and I will be right back. I'm gonna put my chocolate leftovers away for next recipe that we're gonna create in my next video, and I will be right back. Now here's the few little things that I want to point it out. These chocolates I put straight into the paper cups. So as you can see, they are not very attractive because the chocolates get on your paper, because it's not always comfortable to put straight in the paper when you need to do them really quickly. And when you dip your peanut butter balls in the chocolate, you have to do one by one. Don't put a few of them in a pot because the butter gonna melt. So now this one I did, this is where they were all set rolled before dipping a chocolate, so I just put them right back after I dipped them in a pot, and I was in the kitchen next to my stove, so it was fast. I put them right back into the same parchment paper. So if in this example, all the mess will be staying, as you can see, on a paper, and then you can pick it up and place on your paper, and it's gonna be more neat, more beautiful. You can get this beautiful metallic, because it is Christmas right in the corner. We can put in this one, and it's, look, nice and neat. What to make it even more interesting, let me move a little bit aside. I have in here foil wraps that I purchased in a bulk store. That was long time ago. It was $3.79 price for this one $3.89, and it's a foil for the candy, and it looks like this. One of them is purple, one of them is gold. So to make your candy very presentable, if you like to give it to somebody as a gift, right, you just place your candy inside, wrap in a paper, okay, and then you place them in your cup. Of course, do it nicely and beautiful. Okay, and here, let's make one gold one. Just like that. Gold one, and let's make one. I have one in here, kind of like a pink purple, if I can. Sometimes it's tricky to separate them. Okay, let me fight for it. And I will get it eventually. It's actually 3 in here still. Okay, I got one, not very perfectly, but we can even up just like this, and we can place our beautiful candy as a gift. And then we have in here, you can place them on a little treat bags if you're doing it for the guest. Or in this example, I have with cute snowmans, and this is the Ziploc bags. Okay, so now let's check, and we can create, you know, we can put them now all from this in a white paper cups, and then you can get your Christmas one and just place it inside of this beautiful one. So it's kind of like gonna be like a double, or you can place straight up in your Christmas cups without white cups. So now let's check those that I just put in the molds in the freezer. And now is a moment of truth. We pull out our homemade store look like Reese's peanut butter cupcakes, and we are gonna flip them. Ooh, and they coming out, as you can see, very, very easy. Wow, look at them. They look like perfect candy that you can buy from the store. I did miss this one a little bit. Chocolate then went all the way around, but don't worry, it will disappear very fast in this house. But look how beautiful they are, and you also can put them in this beautiful cupcakes. Well, this is a little bit too small to place this way, or maybe this way, and put some other decoration on the top. Or even if you have like that, now I think if we do this way, wrap all the way around, I wonder if this is gonna hold on to, well, kind of halfway, and then you place it upside down and place on your candy dish. So now let's see, we're gonna cut them on half and see how they look like on the inside. I'm afraid not to crush it. This is a sharp knife, so there you go. It looks delicious and it is yummy. I'm just not a big fan of peanut butter, but still I can have few of them. It's delicious. It is so good. I can't talk anymore, guys. Okay, now I'm gonna show you a few more things that it's finished. I can't talk. I have to eat my chocolate. See you in a bit. If you place your chocolate in a beautiful Christmas basket, you can give it to somebody. Put some lid on it, put ribbon, and who not gonna like your treats? Or something like this to put on your table. It looks delicious and it is yummy. From my family to yours. Christmas time is not only time of receiving, but also it's a time of giving. So make some chocolates and give maybe even to your neighbors. On this note, from my family to yours, Merry Christmas.